we'll try to discuss some of the concepts that would be involved or included in our chapter 1. Though technically we have already I have already introduced drilling engineering to you last time during our syllabus discussion as well as the first 2 weeks of meetings natin. So this is more of a review. So this yung magiging discussion natin for this one is more of book based na or siya ay based na talaga siya. Let me just share my screen. But before I share my screen, kindly open your camera. Kindly inform me if visible na po sa inyo ating screen. Open your cameras po. Visible na po ating screen on your end. Open po ng camera. And it seems like some of your classmates are not yet here in our meeting. So you're supposed to be 53. And the nasa meeting is 43 pa lang, including me. So basically, kulang pa tayo ng siyam. And kindly inform them to join our class for today's meeting. No? So our discussion po for today will be, for this meeting, yung first meeting natin, will be up until 8 a.m. muna since I'll be dealing with something. Then by later on 10:30, which is our next meeting, we'll be discussing the computations involved po for chapter 1, or yung introduction natin for drilling engineering. So last time we had discussed, I have given you the basic concepts of drilling engineering. We have discussed each topics that we'll be dealing for the whole semester. No. So can I have some insights with regards to the discussion that we had last time? Anyone from the group? Some insights lang about drilling engineering based on what we had discussed last time. Anyone po from the group who can give us the details that they have learned during our discussion last time, as well as the meetings that we had for the first 2 weeks. Okay, so I'll be calling someone from the meeting. What are your thoughts, Vincent? Yes, Alan. In terms of your point of view or your perceptions from the discussion that we had. Nandito ba si Vincent? Wala. Wala si Vincent. Absent. Okay, how about si CJ? Christian Justin.
Sir, I remember about the three disciplines of the petroleum engineering wherein one of those is the drilling engineering, and it mainly focuses on about the drilling part of the oil and gas industry, among other disciplines such as reservoir engineering and reservoir geomechanics.
Okay, so basically, drilling engineering is one of the main of the three main disciplines in the oil and gas industry or in the petroleum engineering industry. So, drilling engineering, can someone tell me some important notes or details about drilling engineering since nabanggit ni CJ na it's one of the three disciplines. Any specific details or any specific concepts that you had remembered or yung naalala nyo during our discussion? Let's go with Renz. Dito ba si Renz? Nandito po si Renz. Okay, go ahead, Ish.
I remember lang po ng last time ng ating discussion po ng FTF is yung pinag-usapan po natin na una is about cement. So, yung cement po is para pong nagsisilbi po siyang seal po na ayun po yung pangunahing material para po ma-isolate po yung iba't ibang mga formation doon po sa loob ng well natin. Kaya kapag na pump po natin yung cement sa mismong annulus po natin, yung pagitan po ng casing at saka ng borehole, parang siya po yung pumipigil sa paggalaw po ng mga fluids natin gaya ng water, ng oil at saka yung gas po natin mula dun sa iba't ibang zone papunta po dun sa iba.
Okay, so basically yung mga nabanggit na details ni Ish is more of a specific details or specific mechanisms involved in drilling engineering. So, para lang magkaroon tayo ng refreshment. So, thank you for that, Ish. Let's proceed dito sa main definition that is included po in our lecture notes no, for drilling engineering. So, drilling engineering daw po. Yes, Rodrigo, will you add something?
Yes, sir. Good morning po. Sir, last time po we also discussed about the cement additives po such as yung accelerators, retarders, extenders, weighing agents, and many more, sir. Sir, dun sa may accelerators po, ito yung nag-speed up po dun sa cement po to set and early strengthen development. And extenders naman po, reduce cement slurry po to density and increase the slurry volume po. And yung retarders po, kabalik rin naman po siya ng accelerators. It delays cement po setting time. Yun po, sir.
Okay. So, it's a good thing that you have specifically mentioned yung sa part ng cementing. Ano? So, it's specifically that's chapter 5. Along with cementing, we have directional drilling, we have borehole problems, we have the drilling hydraulics or about the drilling mud or drilling fluids. We also have drill string in the bit. Ano. So for now, we will be discussing chapter 1 where in chapter 1 po is based on the introduction to drilling engineering. So drilling engineering based on the definition given here is a branch of petroleum engineering that deals with drilling different types of well. So this different types of well we'll be discussing specific details about this on chapter 5 in directional drilling kasi diyan papasok yung 'di ba normally yung ating alam with regards to drilling the well is more of a vertical type. So I have already immersed you or I have already introduced you last time with regards to different types of well or yung tinatawag nating profile ng well. Okay. So there are several formulas used in drilling engineering in determination of important parameters, including but not limited to mud rheology, mud weight, the weight on bit, pump rate, as well as the characteristics of rock and drilling engineering and drilling fluids. I mean, so basically, these concepts that were mentioned is more of under drilling fluids or drilling hydraulics. That's mainly under drilling hydraulics, but not all. So, for the mud rheology, pag sinabi natin mud rheology, it's pertaining to how the mud or the fluid works once it is pump down into our borehole or into our well. Then in terms of the mud weight naman, so if you could remember last time during our discussion, mud weight po is somehow in terms of the value or in terms of its value, minamanipulat po natin siya in order for us to have a differentiation. Nagkakaroon tayo ng case-to-case basis on this one kasi if in case na low pressure yung ating formation, so technically we don't need to have a heavyweight or heavyweight mud para kumbaga mas-suppress yung low yung pressure na present. Okay? So technically it's a case-to-case basis, and later on we'll be discussing those scenarios or different scenarios na yun. Then we have also the weight on beat. So this weight on beat is being it is based on the type na drill string design that we have to incorporate doon sa drilling operation. No, so based din po siya doon sa mga type of materials and the type of the drill collars, drill pipe. Heavyweight drill pipe po siya by heavyweight or lightweight lang yung drill pipe natin. Kasi this weight on beat will kumbaga nagko-contribute po siya doon sa tinatawag nating penetration rate or the rate of penetration. So nakadepende just like the rheology or just like the mud weight. So technically case-to-case basis din po doon sa ating weight on beat. So in terms of the window or the window of the weight on beat, it is not supposed to be too high and it's not supposed to be too low. So dapat saks lang or sakto lang. No? Then we also have the pump rate. So the pump rate in terms of drilling hydraulics will be dealing with it as well. So ano ba yung tinatawag na pump rate? Kasi this pump rate is pertaining to the rate on how much or gaano kabilis natin maipapump yung ating drilling fluid. We also have the drilling cements or yung mga fluids natin na involved doon sa whole operation or sa whole drilling operations. Then we also have the characteristics of rocks. That's why one of the prerequisite of this very subject is yung formation evaluation. And formation evaluation as a course, yung prereq niya is one of which is yung petrophysics. And if I'm not mistaken, as well as the petroleum geology. So technically, based on the basic knowledge that you have learned from these courses, so we will be applying it in drilling engineering. No? So ano ba yung ano niya? Yung magiging significance niya when it comes to drilling engineering. So dyan papasok yung ating chapter 2 which is about the drill bits. No, so for drill bits, syempre, we are to assign or we are to use different types of bits as for different cases of the types of pressure ba. Kung siya ba ay soft, in terms of the hardness, kung siya ba ay soft, medium, or siya po ay hard formation. In terms of the abrasiveness, yun. Later on, we'll be discussing such. Then, for overview of drilling operations, we have here basically the drilling operations. We have started to discuss some of the mechanisms that are done or yung mga procedures that are done. And here, it is more of, nakalagay dito is on a perspective that we associate the economics. No? Since technically, in terms of our industry, yun yung mahalaga sa economics. Some terms are highlighted here, such as drilling costs. Ano pa? Ano ba yung mga naano? So we also have yung mga offshore operations and such. Later on, we'll be discussing each. So the large investments required to drill for oil and gas are made primarily by the oil companies. So these oil companies, if you could remember during a discussion last time, we have different companies. May mga companies tayo that is mainly about for the drilling operation. Some of the companies also are for service companies, yung tinatawag natin mga service companies. So they provide service doon sa operations. So technically, if we are to have a wider view or a broader view first this, hindi lang po isang company yung involved for a particular operation. So we have multiple companies that is involved. So small companies daw po invest mostly in the shallow and less expensive wells drilled on land of the United States. So this is basically based on a one of the big country that yung industry ng oil and gas is nag-foster. So investments in expensive offshore and non-US wells can be afforded by large companies. No, so one of the example is yung mga wells natin in the Middle East. So mga large companies po yung mga nagpapatakbo for such. Drilling costs have become so great in many areas that several major companies often will form groups to share the financial risk. So many specialized talents are required to drill a well safely and economically. So we have to consider different factors or different parameters in order for us to optimize yung magiging kita no ating whole operation, not only at a specific time but yung panglahatan niya magiging kita. No? So we'll ask ourselves if yung po bang magiging operation natin once we pursue it, magiging economically viable po ba siya? Or malulugi lang tayo? Ano? So technically, the most favorable na mangyayari is maging economically viable. Kasi that's in the first place, kaya tayo nag-drill ng oil in order for us to extract these resources, and these resources could be commercialized para makaproduce po tayo ng money or pera. Okay. So specialized groups within the major oil companies also have evolved. So yung iba, dati mga small companies pa lang, ngayon ay lumalaki na due to the good impression when we say about when we talk about the industry of oil and gas, no. So a well classified, dito naka-specify a specific statement, classified a wildcat well. Ano ba yung wildcat well? Yung purpose po ng wildcat well is to discover a new petroleum reservoir. So it's more of mag-drill ka ng well without knowing or without prior knowledge when it comes to ano yung laman or ano yung nasa ilalim ng ating reservoir. So you don't have enough knowledge or we still have no information or merong information but it's not enough. No. So in contrast, the purpose of development well, so we have here another type of well, development well, is to exploit a known reservoir. Okay. So if we have specifically explored already a particular well or na-discover na natin yung isang field, no, so we have already enough, it's not yet enough, but kumbaga parang meron kang numerous amount of data or numerous amount of information about that field, pero it's not that hindi mo siya pwedeng pagbasehan agad. So you still need to have a further information and more of a further discovery methods or techniques in order for you to have enough data already to pursue, no. So the drilling engineering groups makes the preliminary well designs, cost estimates for the proposed well. So technically, if we are to associate this with our drilling program, yan, ito yung tinutukoy niya sa well designs and cost estimates, no. For the case of our final project, so I have parang decided na hindi na mag-drilling program. We stick to the case study. Okay lang ba yun sa inyo? We stick to the case study. It's all about the wellbore problems, no? So or the borehole problems that we will be discussing in chapter 7, no? So siguro by week 4, add ba tayo even tayo. So by week 4, I'll be using one of our time for you to collaborate already with your group and you think of a topic or specific topic or specific mangyayari doon is you will have a case study about a specific borehole problem that occurred in a um, in a company or in a well, specifically a well, ano, so we'll be strict with regards to the number of wells. So we'll be sticking with one well, ano, and this one well is owned by a company. Then you discuss the borehole problems, and with regards to the topic, we'll be having a monitoring. So nandito ba si Miko? Si Miko na ang bahala mag provide sa inyo ng Excel link. Then doon sa Excel link, doon nyo ilalagay yung mga topics or possible topics na inyong i-pursue for ano, para by hindi tayo makisabay sa ibang subjects, though kukunti lang yung subjects nyo. Para mauna na ano. So yung parang nangyari sa formation evaluation na mas yung ating presentation ay matapos na agad. Okay. Okay, going back to this one. Usually the drilling is done by a drilling contractor. Ang tawag doon sa drilling contractor is specifying to a company. No, sila yung mismo, kumbaga mainly, sila yung main company that deals with the drilling operation as a whole. So once the decision to drill the well is made by management, the drilling engineering group prepares a more detailed well design. So dito mas naging specified or specific na po in terms of the materials or equipments or the instruments that will be used, as well as the operation. Dapat ano na, kumbaga parang detailed na din yung magiging procedures for the for future references. The equipments and procedures that the operator will require, together with a well description, must be included in the bid specification and the drilling contract. So dyan na papasok yung drilling contract. So in areas where previous experience has shown drilling to be routine, the bid basis may be the cost per foot of a drill hole. So this cost per foot is one of the specific concepts under drilling engineering, that is associated with engineering economics or petroleum economics. So basically, from the term cost per foot, so you have to quantify already the cost or the whole cost. Then halimbawa, yung ating pong well is up until 2,100 foot or feet, I mean. So technically, yan po ay i-divide yung cost from the kunwari ang initial cost natin is 200 million. So yung atin po magiging cost per foot would be 1 million per foot. So ganun yung concept niya. So in areas where cost cannot be estimated with reasonable certainty, the bid basis is usually a contract price per day. So we also include the daily basis for the cost. So these are some of the you can read na once I have delivered or I have distributed already your lecture notes. Kailan kayo nasa school? Nasa school kayo mamaya? For resting or no?
Hindi po, sir.
Tomorrow,
Wala.
anong oras bukas kayo? Anong oras pa kayo bukas?
Mga 10 or 11 onwards po, sir.
Sige. Inform na lang ako. Inform nyo na lang ako na nandito na kayo sa school. So I can distribute siguro after your class with Sir Gab. So para ma-distribute natin yung inyong lecture notes. So anyways, before the drilling contractor can begin, the surface location must be prepared to accommodate the specific rig. So you have already discussed yung different types of rig. We have the jack-up rig, submersible, semi-submersible. Yun. So those are just some of the terminologies that we'll be dealing. But it's more of yung sa type of rigs. So drill tech na siya. Tapos na siya sa drill tech. No? So for drilling engineering, we'll deal with all the mechanisms that is um, included in the operation or the drilling operation. So the surface preparation of must be suited to local terrain. So if in case na this terrain is pertaining to the yung type kung siya ba ay slopey, kung siya ba ay flat lang or plain, kung siya ba ay somewhere found ano beneath the ocean or yung mga offshore setting na and supply problems. Thus, it varies widely from area to area. So, case-to-case basis din po siya. Depending on the area or the position or the geographical position. No. So, in the marshland of South Louisiana, this Louisiana is one of the state in America that has a prominent drilling industry or oil and gas industry. Drilling usually is performed using the inland barge. So, this inland barge is a specific type of an onshore drilling, so more of onshore drilling siya. The only drill site preparation required is the dredging. So technically it's onshore, but since marshland, are you familiar with marshland? Para makita nyo. Ganito yung tsura ng marshland. I'll be medyo siya, parang yung sa mga bukid. Ganun yung tsura niya. Mababaw lang yung tubig niya. Daw, ganyan yung tsura niya. Ito po yung tsura ng marshland. If you're familiar with Louisiana, Louisiana is one of the states in the south, no? So parang ganyan yung mga landscape doon. Okay. So anyways, I'll be resharing my screen again. Okay, so after drilling begins, the manpower required to drill the well. Solve any drilling problem that occur provided by, first, we have the drilling contractor. This is already given. We have the well operator. No, so iba pa yung operator, iba pa yung contractor. This is more of sila yung kumukontrata or more of sila nagpo-provide sila nag-asikaso ng mga investments and such. So operator, sila mismo yung nag-operate on the mechanism side. Then various drilling service companies. So ito yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo for cementing, for formation evaluation, may mga specific drilling service companies tayo. Yun sila nagpo-provide ng MWD services, LWD services yun. So iba-iba pong companies yun. Then we also have special consultants. So consultants, yun, specific na tao yan. So, na may expertise for drilling. If you're familiar with Sir Arnel, kilala niyo Sir Arnel Molina. So, he is a consultant, no? Or drilling, specifically a drilling, directional drilling consultant. No? So, his projects po ay mainly yan, so local projects. And also, meron siya mga international projects. Even nung naging prof namin siya, noong second year, so remotely siya nag-work because that's pandemic. Remotely siya nag-work. Nagtuturo siya at the same time siya ay one of the consultant ng isang international company or international field or oil field. Final authority rests either with the drilling contractor when the rig is drilling on a cost per foot basis or with the well operator when the rig is drilling on a cost per day. So magkaiba. Cost per day or cost per foot, no? So this cost per foot basis is more of significant po siya on deep well, no? Kasi at that point, bumababa yung nagiging cost, parang bumababa in terms of the optimism, yung psychological effect niya. Mas mababa yung magiging cost per foot mo kasi mas malalim yung well mo. In terms of cost per day, so this is mainly on yung mga pangmatagalan na project or yung mataas yung mataas yung kanyang mataas yung resources na present sa kanya. So syempre mas matagal siya mag-occur or magkakaroon ng operation. Okay, so the drilling engineer recommends drilling procedures that will allow, and this procedures po is based on specific specification and also yung mga tawag dito. Kumbaga based siya sa mga organizations that deals with the specifications and also yung mga standards. So more of engineering standards po iyan. And one of which yung mga organization na involved dyan is yung API or the American Petroleum Institute. Petroleum Institute. Petroleum Institute. So this API, familiar naman kayo sa API, no? So may mga engineering standards po dyan. So mga codes, specific codes pertaining to specifications of the equipments, yan. Actually, tingnan ko kung available pa yung aming Excel sa API. Hindi, ano ang pangalan ng Excel na yun? Saglit lang. Wala yung aking drive. Para lang magkaroon kayo idea. Pangalan ito. Ito. Ito yung list. May lista kami ng mga API standard list. Let me reshare. Ito siya. Kita na po. Yan, ito yung ating mga standard list. Ito yung one of the reviewer namin during our Petrobolas 2022. So nilista namin yan lahat para kasi during the actually hindi pa ito lahat, kulang pa ito. So these are some of the main or the major API codes na present or yung parang yun talaga yung kinakopy So let's have here an example. Let's say it's about 13 ata yung sa mud or sa cement. Drilling fluid is 13. So, halimbawa, for the drilling fluid materials, lalo na sa mga sa mga thesis, 'di ba, syempre, dapat meron tayong mga engineering standard basis, no? Sa mga procedures natin sa thesis, lalo na kung evaluation. Halimbawa, yung aming thesis is about drilling fluid evaluation. So, technically, all must be, yung mga procedures na ginagawa namin for drilling fluids, sa mga testing, is based on this series 13 of API. So specifically, dalawa yan. Kung makikita ninyo, actually hindi na siya dalawa. Meron pang TR. I'm not familiar with TR. But yung mainly meron is yung RP at specification. So pag sinabing API RP, that's the American Petroleum Institute recommended practice. So it's more of recommended practice. Bull. Pag bull naman is more of bulletin. Spec is specification. So specified po yung mga different yeah. I'll be sharing you not the file but this one. I'll be tawag dito. Lilipat ko siya sa isang Excel, then I'll be sharing it with you para lang kayo magkaroon ng idea. Malamang biglang lumabas sa exam yan. Yan, from series 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang 14. No. So 10 ata ang cements. Yan, 10 nga cements. Ulitin ko ha, spec is specification. So for specification, di yan makikita yung specification tables, yung mga values. Yun. Let's try to search one. Kita nyo naman lahat, no? Dito tayo sa 10A, specification 10A. No, yan, meron siyang mismong kopya. So this is more of for cements and well cementing. Yan, specify dyan yung mga formula, calculations na magagamit ninyo for testings. Yan, may mga specifications po dyan, including yung mga apparatuses, yung mga general requirements, methods on how you will perform a specific test. Yan. May kanya-kanya po yung And standards kasi siya, no? So technically this yung lahat na nakalagay dito is ina-apply talaga. Hindi siya basta-basta existing lang. Ano nga yung isa? STD standard. Ano pa yung isa kanina? TR? Nasaan yung TR? Where is TR? May nakita akong TR eh. Wala. TR. Aray. Technical report on TR. So that's for specifically for Series 10. Mayroon mga technical report for cement shield evaluation. So this is technically ano siya, standard talaga siya. So yan. Ulitin ko ha, API series 13 is for drilling fluids material, 10 is ito kasi yung mga common eh. 10 is for oil well cement. Yeah, tubular goods. Pag sinabi tubular goods, it's more of casing, tubing, and any pipes or drilling pipes. Specifics, we have Series 5 for those. For valves and wellhead equipment, Series 6 po tayo. Okay? So yan po yung some of the API. Yeah, standard is. So ito yung ano kasi ginagamit naming reviewer last time.
With terms of F, liquid water or saturated.
Let me just reshare po our screen.
So that is 1.1539. Okay, this is volume, therefore the times 10 raised to the
Wala. Ito. Okay. So for drill string, we have here the IADC or the International Association of Drilling Contractors. Definition of a drill string. So it's a association or it's a organization as well that's pertaining to more of standards or engineering standards for drilling contractors. SIA. No. So every year meron silang parang nagiging conference or meeting para magkaroon or mag-conduct ng ano yung mga new in terms of technologies. Yan. Kagaya ng mga conferences along with the oil and gas industry. So in the oil and gas industry, we have numerous conferences na nangyayari. So one of which is yung OTC, Offshore Technology Conference, that would be attended by two of our students from your batch, si Shelo at si Russell. They will be attending the Offshore Technology Conference in Kuala Lumpur this February, March, di ko sure. Yun yung inattendan ko din last 2024. So it's a biennial. Basta siya ay isang beses lang nangyayari for 2 years. So ganun, every 2 years siya. Anyways, so we have here the IADC definition of a drill string. So a drill string daw po is drill pipe with tool joints attached. So literally it's just a drill pipe tapos meron lang siya mga naka-attach sa tool joints. So drill stem is somehow associated with drill string at some references or parehas lang siya ng definition, but some of the definitions nag-iiba. Yung sa drill stem, it's more of buong yung pipe system na pinapasok natin. So including the BHA, yung BHA po is yung nasa baba. Tapos meron pa tayong drill bit. Yan. This is the whole drill string. Yan yung ating binababa. So drill stem is all those members between the swivel and the bit. So this is the bit and the swivel po is found near the top drive sa taas. Yun yung, di ba, meron dito yung mga, tawag dito, Derrickman siya yung bahala maglagay ng mga drill pipe or mag-input ng drill pipe up until lumalim yan. So yung swivel is found here on the top drive sa pinakataas. So we have a swivel and the bit, and it includes the string, Kelly or top drive. So technically, this is the top drive. Ito yung swivel. Subs, drill collars, heavyweight drill pipes, stabilizers, shock absorbers, reamers, and any other in-hole equipment used generally or part-time during drilling operations. Nabanggit yung generally and part-time. So pag sabi part-time, literal na at some specific conditions lang sila ginagamit or some specific operation lang sila useful, no? So we have here the API and the ISO specifications. So let me read the content of this one. So in the worldwide oil industry today, an overwhelming majority of all tubular goods are manufactured to specifications. So if we're talking about tubular goods, we're specifically talking about the API 5 or the series 5, or if you could remember earlier, the series 5. So yun yung ating specification codes or recommended practice codes for tubular goods. So for pag sabi tubular goods, we have the drill pipe, casing, and also yung ating mga collars. So this specification covers the mechanical properties of the steel. So pag sinabi mechanical properties, may kinalaman siya sa mga compressive strength, yung mga yield stress or yield strength of these particular materials, no? So kung gaano kabigat in terms of the weight, no? So yun yung mga mechanical properties ng ating steel, no? And the details of manufacture as well, and physical dimensions of the pipe. So pertaining to the dimensions or length, diameter, yun. So the latter include yung dimensions, include the internal and external diameters, wall thickness. So naka-based sa wall thickness yung ating bigat ng ating specific tubular goods, no? So naka-base po siya sa wall thickness kasi yun yung kinocompose ng material mismo. No, pagkapal ng wall thickness or pagtaas ng wall thickness, pagbigat po ng ating given the fact na pare-parehas or the same or homogeneous yung ating material na ginagamit. Also, we have the upset dimensions for each nominal size, weight, and grade. So for this grade, meron tayo API specification 5DP. So for drill pipe, bulletins 5A2, 5C2, 5C3 cover the aspect of drill pipe wall thickness. So yun yung mga specific API codes natin na involved for the tubular goods. Okay, nabanggit dito yung grade, no? So when we talk about the grade or the API grades, nagbe-base po siya dito. So drill, specifically for drill pipes. Actually, this is not yet all of it. These are some, no, yung pinaka-common. We have the grades, and these grades composed po siya ng alphabetical code. We have E, X, G, S, Z, V, U. Then we also have the numerical digit, numerical value. So for example, E. For E, may corresponding numerical value po siya ng 75. So para saan yung 75? The 75 is pertaining to the minimum yield strength or yield stress, since this is pertaining to the PSI. So, yun yung minimum yield stress na kayang i-accommodate ng specific drill pipe na yun. Okay? So, for E75, yung minimum yield stress niya is 75,000 PSI. Same goes for Z140, 140,000 PSI. Gets po yan? Gets? And if you could remember, the common length or yung haba po ng ating drill pipe is mainly 30 feet, no? So if we are basing it on these three ranges 1, 2, and 3, so yung pinaka-common is yung range 2 kasi commonly yung kanyang haba is normally 30 feet, no? 30 feet po yung haba ng ating drill pipe. So the normal tolerance on yield strength of drill pipe tube is plus 30,000 PSI. Okay. Nagagets po iyon. So, all grades above E75 are referred as high strength. So technically, itong X95 up until 165 is already considered as high strength. So yan, may kanya-kanya po siyang
about the others?
So these are some of the specific details that are to be discussed under this one. We have here the drill string. Dito tayo pumunta with the drill string. Okay, 8 na pala. So I'll be quick with this one before tayo proceed later on sa computations involved in chapter 1. So for the function of drill string, syempre it was already mentioned earlier. These are some of the additional definition for drill string. So drill string is the mechanical linkage connecting the drill bit on bottom to the rotary drive system on the surface. So the drill string serves the three main following functions. First, it transmit and support axial load. Okay, so more of the yung loads na exert doon sa axis ng ating components. And it also transmits and support torsional loads. Sinabing torsional loads, it's pertaining to the rotational loads involved in the rotational mechanism of these components. So it's pertaining to revolutions per minute. And lastly, it transmits hydraulic to clean the hole and cool the bit. So it's more of sa drilling hydraulics. May kinalaman siya sa drilling hydraulics. So ito yung one of the basic schematic diagram for a drill string. We have here the drill pipe, we have the drill collar. Drill collar is a type of drill pipe na mayroong mas makapal or mas malaking diameter in terms of the thickness as well, mas mataas siya. No. So the drill string includes the following. We have the Kelly, SSV or the surface safety valves, drill pipe, HWDP or the heavyweight drill pipe, drill collar, jars, we have discussed of this yung jar, shock subs, bumper subs, junk baskets, and accelerator. Okay. So this is a diagram that shows yung drill collar, drill string, I mean. And these are the specific image or physical attributes of the components or each components that was mentioned. We have here the weld-on tool joint description. So technically, we'll be basing it from here. Meron siyang markings. This is a tool joint. So it's more of a pin. If you're familiar with pin and box, so yung ating pin is the male thread form. Kasi tawag na male thread form. Tapos yung ating box is the female thread form. So technically, meron siyang di ba this is a thread? Thread yan. So yung box, yung female thread form, parang sinasalon niya tong pin para magkaroon ng enclosure or matighten. Di iniikot siya para matighten. So yun yung itsura niya. Okay. So yung markings doon sa base ng isang pin, meron po siyang meaning. So for ZZ, yung unang two alphabetical letter that's pertaining to the manufacturer. Then the second value, which is in a numerical value, is yung 6, meaning siya ay June. June siya na weld. Tapos yung sunod na two number is pertaining to the year. So 07, that's 2007. Then next is yung two alphabetical value again. That's based on the pipe upsetter or the processor. And next letter, single letter, it's pertaining to the pipe grade. So isa, ibig sabihin 75,000 PSI yung kanyang minimum yield stress. Then 1 is pertaining naman to the weight code in terms of the weight. So light lang siya kasi 1 lang siya. Then we have here the normal connection and 50. That's the toll joint type. Okay? Questions for this one before we end our class. Then we discuss this calculation later on our 10:30 class. Question pa? None? Sure? Sure you don't have any questions? Sure ha? Okay. So I assume wala na po tayong questions. Then by later on, by 10:30, kindly go back to our meet to discuss the competition involved in chapter 1. Bakit si Jed na lang nakabukas sa camera? Nabot yung iba nakahiga pa. $2:30 pa daw yung rest. Ay ano yung alas 10 nyo, ano?
Di ba kaya yung previous schedule? Mix up na po kasi may schedule. Sorry po.
Ang ano ay 2:30, tunay.
Siguro po.
Sige. So, yun. Before we proceed with the later, hindi pa pala tayo, Wednesday pa nga pala ang deadline nitong ano, no? Itong activity 1. Ano bang week ngayon? Week 3 na. So, dapat nag-chapter 2 na tayo. Para by next week. Tapusin na natin ang chapter 1 mamaya. Then by bukas, mag-start na tayo chapter 2 sa drill bit. No. Para next week ay mag-proceed na tayo with chapter 3. No. Para pag prelim is 1 to 3 na. Tapos sa midterm is yung buong chapter 4 kasi medyo madaming chapter 4. Questions? Assume wala na tayong question. So I'll be dismissing you at this point. So yung rest of the time, kindly use it to answer the activity number 1 or class activity number 1. Wala pala nakakapag-turn in dito. No, so you answer this one. So don't forget to attach as well yung anong tawag doon? Yung plagiarism checker. Yung report, plagiarism report. Meron kasi nagpasa na walang plagiarism report. So yun. So let's call it a day. Not yet. We'll still meet later. So see you later for our next meeting.
Thank you po, sir.
Yes, Jailin.
Sir, about po sa grouping, wala pa po ako since wala pa po ako nag-schedule ng first meeting po. Pero pumasok po ako ng F2F. Wala nga lang po ako na ipasang index card po.
Okay. So, parang kaiba yung section na may 4 na group, 4 na member or 4 na student na walang, sino yung wala pang group aside from Jailin? Si Jeric. Sige, with regards to that, let's try to discuss it on our next face-to-face para maibigay ko kayo sa ibang group. No? Kasi ang mga index card is nasa submit. Nandito si Miko. Miko, kindly send to me the list of the group. Miko. Hello. So yun. So I'll see you in a bit later on 10:30. Class dismiss.
Goodbye po. Thank you po.